What about the deer? Well, with the 2010 gun hunt at hand, has the traditional fighting between hunters and the DNR changed at all?
Well, going into this year's season, both sides seem to have changed their tune. Both are pointing to a report by the state's whitetail deer trustee for some renewed hope. And tonight, Fox 11 is on special assignment. Robert Hornacek is taking a closer look at how this report will impact this year's hunt.
It's the tradition before the tradition. Every year, hunters flock to shooting ranges like this one in Maribel to sight in their rifles for the gun deer season. For the last few years, hunters have gone back and forth with the DNR about how to control the deer herd.
I'm not buying a license. I mean, what's the point?
I just don't get it. I mean, there is no logic here.
You don't care.
The DNR tried to manage the herd using things like earn-a-buck, where hunters had to shoot an antlerless deer before they could get a buck. Hunters blamed earn-a-buck for the lack of deer in the woods.
It's time for us to make a stand and tell the DNR we're done.
This year, hunters have a bit more hope for the season.
I'm actually feeling pretty good about this season.
This year we're seeing a lot of deer, a lot more than other years, I think.
Many say the reason for the optimism is this man.
I am just enthusiastic as all get out.
He's known as Dr. Deer. Last year, James Kroll was named the whitetail deer trustee for Wisconsin. Along with two other deer experts, Kroll put together an 82-page report that states the DNR has credibility problems with deer hunters and that the population goals have become meaningless. The report includes dozens of recommendations, like ending local population estimates, which was the source of much of the conflict between hunters and the DNR, and creating a deer management assistance program, where the DNR would work more closely with local groups to develop goals and gather data.
The state paid Kroll and his team $125,000 to put together this report. So what's the bottom line? Well, they basically want the DNR to communicate better with hunters and hunters to have a more active role in deer management.
The biggest change has already happened is with the public and the public attitude. There is a renewed excitement.
That change in attitude could be because of the change in approach from the DNR.
It's less about the science and the numbers of deer, and it's more about the communication and the relationship between the agency and the hunters.
Jeff Pritzel is a regional wildlife biologist with the DNR. The agency is already putting more focus on communication, especially through social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. After spending years defending its population estimates, the DNR has done an about-face.
This deer hunting experience in Wisconsin really isn't about the numbers. And the more we focus on the numbers, the more it tends to lead us down paths of discussions that really forget about the real value and the traditions and the culture that deer hunting is in Wisconsin.
One man who has gone rounds with the DNR is Andy Punsliff.
I have never seen the deer population anywhere near this low.
That was Punsliff in 2009, when he was extremely frustrated with the DNR over herd management. Here's Punsliff today.
They are starting to get it.
Punsliff is part of a group called the United Sportsmen of Wisconsin. The group successfully lobbied the state legislature to eliminate the controversial earn-a-buck program last year. In light of the Deer Trustees' report, Punsliff is hopeful about the future.
This took 20 years to break. It can't be fixed overnight. We as sportsmen are a little apprehensive because we're not seeing things move as quickly as we want to. But we are definitely seeing a much more open department towards us.
Still, it's not all roses just yet.
I don't think we'll ever have total peace in the deer woods. It's just not our nature to have a peaceful season where everybody's happy.
Patrick Durkin, a freelance writer who focuses on the outdoors, says writing the report was the easy part. He says hunters can expect more battles before any of the report is put into effect.
Okay, to implement this, you have to stay involved. You can't just assume that because this report got written and turned over to the DNR, that's not going to be magically rolled out into a program that we all understand and agree with. There'll still be lots of fights ahead.
At least for now, though, there's a better sense that both sides are working together.
Has this exercise been helpful?
I think it has, because we are 85% on the same page with mutual goals, and there are these issues that we're going to differ on, but let's not lose sight of the fact that for the most part we're on the same team.
They need us, and we need them, and we both want a very strong, healthy deer herd.
And while hunters have high hopes for the season, when it comes to the long-term impact of Kroll's report, they're ever the realists.
At least they're doing something about the deer management in Wisconsin now.
It's nice to get a different view of it, It's just a report.
For Fox 11 on special assignment, I'm Robert Hornacek.